We are live. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm glad to see that this is working. This video is unrehearsed, unplanned, and I actually have today off because of what's that damn thing called? A tornado. So, as always, feel free to fast forward like 30 seconds to a minute. We kind of wait for people to get in, and I save my hellos and all that. And yeah, it's good times ahead, man. Looking good for a lot of things right now. Um, but I want to hear from all of you. That's really what matters the most. So, like I said, we're waiting for some people to get in and everything. Man, these prismatic bundles. Have y'all seen this? Oh my lord. These things here, buddy. 2 lives in 2 days. I know. Well, I'm not normally off work right now, but like I said, I'm off because of the tornado. And we definitely experienced a whole bunch of rain and wind, but it looks like it's going to hit more in the evening time. So we got like a little preview. What do you guys think on these, man? Damn, looking good. $73 now for prismatic bundles. Let me show you my surprise face. Wow, who could have thought? Yeah, I've definitely been investing in these, or maybe not. Yeah, I guess you call it investing, but whatever. I've been buying a lot of these. I'm still waiting for my cases to come. Hopefully in the next week or two. I know they're pretty backed up with like the allocations and stuff. So yeah, I do hope that those come pretty soon. How are you guys doing? Hot take: Prismatic. Whoa, it's the worst SV set. You're just looking for rage bait, buddy. You don't even believe that. You don't even believe that. Yeah. Does it look like my camera's like tilted over like this way? Like the world's like, if it doesn't bother you guys, I won't fix it, but it looks like my shit sideways as hell. I got like 9 of those Sam bundles and 6 regular. Nice, bro. So, lots to talk about today. We just streamed last night, which was fantastic. So, shout out to all of you that hung out for that. Like I said, I'm just streaming randomly. I was kind of bored. I did all my orders. Dude, I had a lot of orders. I had a crap load of orders. Did you guys see my short at all? Probably didn't. I get it. Most people are working, but if you didn't, man, I had a ton of orders and I was worried. I was like, oh, dude, is the tornado going to close down everything in my area? And it didn't close down everything, including UPS, which was really interesting. And I do feel bad for the workers, but I guess they have to work through the tornado, which is unbelievably dangerous. But hey, I sent it all out because I was freaking out, bro. Because I had some of those orders Saturday. Obviously I was gone vending and out doing shows and stuff. So I already told everybody I can't ship till Monday, but you just never know. You might get an order from like Shop, which they probably don't watch your channel, but just a person who randomly found you on the internet. Let's see. Those are the printing facilities are going to mass produce Prismatic. Respectfully, DJ. I just like that set. That's fine that you dislike it, but dang, bro, I don't even know if this is worth arguing. I genuinely don't. And you were kind about it and you did say respectfully. So like you weren't being a jerk. So is this even worth arguing about? Like there's 1 year left with Prismatic, bro. Until it rotates out. Like you genuinely believe, genuinely, I just want to know, you genuinely in your heart of hearts believe that the printing facility that's coming out like next year, maybe even 2028, I'm not sure. We've heard different things. I don't know anything, right? Neither do you, by the way, but none of us really truly do. You genuinely think when it's rotating out is when they're going to start printing it so heavy that's going to be the worst performing set? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, come on now. I can't help you, man. I can't waste too much energy on this, bro. So sometimes you just can't help people in life. Y'all, my boy Chump Change, or excuse me, RP Collectibles. What's up, dude? I need some Twilight Masquerade booster box. Where's the best place? Dude, there's no good Twilight Masquerade available right now. I have been trying to buy Twilight Masquerade ETBs, Journey Together ETBs, just the unpopular sets, Surging Sparks. Nobody's selling unless it's like overpriced or like market. Dude, that's the thing. That's probably like the number one thing I get asked about is like, how can I find a deal? How can I feel like I say this all the time. Dude, there's no deals out there. There's just no deals, guys. Like, if you're looking for deals, oh, somebody rang the doorbell. What if that's my prismatic bundles? Hold on. Nope, it's not. Damn. I've been waiting, bro. I've been looking out my door. I did get all the 20 UPC, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, that's like the number one thing I get hit up about. And I don't know. I guess people don't really watch my channel as much or don't watch the long form videos or something. Because I feel like I've been pretty upfront about this. There's really no deals right now. And if you're going to get any type of deal, like some percentage off of market, you better be spending. You better be spending a lot of money. And I've talked to, well, indirectly, I've made a video in a live stream, and Dan from Catch 'em All Collectibles responded to it. So it wasn't like a personal conversation, but like, dude, people will tell you if you're not going to pay up, dude, that you're not going to get it. Yeah. So yeah, like people are hitting me up constantly, and I don't like that. It's kind of I just wish people would just watch the videos, man. It's so much easier, and your questions would be answered. Like there are no deals. That's the bottom line, man. And it's not just like on my store or anything. There's nothing out there, bro. And if there is something, you need to pay up. So yeah, I don't know. People need to get rid of the like finding a deal thing, man. Like try it, give it a shot, but there's no deals right now, bro. This market's too hot, man. You know, give up on that. We're already 6 sets past Prismatic. How far back could reprints go if they're going to keep printing new sets? DJ, I agree 100%, bro. Like, by the time that facility even comes out, like, are they really going to print that much Prismatic? No, come on, bro. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. By then, it'll be pretty much done for, right? There are deals everywhere on Facebook Marketplace. Great. That's great, man. And you got to understand, too, Facebook Marketplace is very different for different people depending on where you live. Where I live, there are no deals. Now, I have heard people that live in California, highly populated. Maybe they have vending machines. Maybe you can find a little bit. That's very anecdotal to like you and your experience, though. But I know more people that don't have deals in the area than that do, right? There's 50 states. I don't know how many cities inside of those states. Collectively, there's different towns. There's different whatever, right, to consider. So like, yeah, you are probably experiencing something in North Dakota compared to somebody in Florida, or somebody in Maine is experiencing a completely different market than people in like Houston and in Texas, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's really hard to say. I can tell you from my Facebook Marketplace, it is dry. There's nothing within, I don't know. I only check like 2 hours, to be honest, because anything past that, it's not really worth my time unless it's like a huge collection. But you at the DMV. Nice, bro. Nice, bro. Then sell me some stuff, man. You had the DMV. I'm a couple hours away. What price do you need poster collections at? What price do you need them at? That's the 10 pack, right? I mean, I just paid 102 per on my case that I just got. I don't know, somewhere around there. Like somewhere around there. It depends, right? Deals only come with volume. It really depends on your area. So you're in the DMV, right? So like what you're experiencing in the DMV, for people who don't know, DMV is, you know, Virginia, it's Washington, D.C., and it's Maryland, which D.C. is in Maryland, but whatever, right? Over there, you guys have millions of people. You have millions of opportunities. You have different stores. You have vending machines. You have this, you have that. What you're experiencing in your area is completely different. Someone like me that's just 3 hours away from you. Like there's nothing. It's dry. It's dead, right? So you got to really pay up. So yeah, people definitely should, like, if they're in the situation you're in where you said there's tons of deals and stuff, like you're very fortunate, man, because most people don't have that opportunity that you're having right now. So just be happy, man. Be thankful. What price do you need for the Pokemon Day box? Those already sold out. Let's see. Y'all, my boy Pokeblad. What up, dude? How you doing? I see your channel growing, man. Good work. Let's fucking go. 22. What's up, dude? Still dry in Wisconsin. Really? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if Pokemart goes live, I didn't even think about this, so I had already scheduled it. Didn't even consider today is Monday. If Live, which is Nostalgianomics and Pokemart go, I said that wrong, didn't I? If Pokemart goes live with Nostalgianomics, let me know. I'll turn my stream off and we'll redirect over there. I don't want to overlap because I like watching. I really enjoy that show. It's a good show. How much is someone selling them to you? I've been pretty clear about that on yesterday's stream. I don't need to disclose that, but I did. So shipped, I paid about $102, $103 per, but again, I bought a case And then the 5-pack, I don't know what the math is on that. It was 465, I think, 464 for the 2 cases total. Something like that. But dude, like, to be honest with you, like a case or 2 is a waste of my time. I still do it just to have something on the store, but like, honestly, what I really need is pallets. I need pallets of stuff, man. Like, I need big numbers, really big numbers, man. Because a case or 2, like, dude, I sell that shit in 4 seconds. You know, I loaded 2 cases yesterday during yesterday's stream, sold out in about 4 seconds flat, maybe 5. Not even kidding. I'm not kidding, bro. Like, a couple cases doesn't do anything for me, man. Like, that's definitely my biggest problem with like where my business is at now. I need volume, bro. I need big volume because this, look, 20 ETB, 40 ETBs, it just doesn't do anything for me, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe that'll change. Wait, I already read that. You need distro. Yeah, I won't be getting distro anytime soon, unfortunately, but that's okay. It is what it is. You got to adjust to the market, right? Do you talk about FedEx and tariffs yet? Hearing that they lowered the rates. So my person told me that they lowered them to 10%. I ordered some Ninja Spinner. I didn't order much. I ordered 1 case. So we'll see. We'll see if it's 10% or 15%. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't feel too good on Ninja Spinner, the Japanese version. I think it will sell eventually. But Japanese doesn't sell like as good as I would like on my store. I will admit that. And I did talk to Brian, and he said it's been slower in general for Japanese. I guess what's really happening, because if you talk to other people, Japanese is doing well, right? So if you talk to Retro Specs, who I'm supposed to have on my channel, hopefully this week, we're trying to work that out right now. I really can't wait to do an interview with him. That's the GOAT right there, man. He's doing numbers, bro. He's doing record sales with Neil Zero, and Neil Zero's like arguably one of the worst sets, blah, blah, blah. Most people are doing really poor on it. But I mean, he's doing great. You know what I mean? So he's obviously doing something I'm not. Is he getting it for a better price? Probably. Is he buying in larger quantities? Yeah, definitely. And I would assume he's probably, I don't know, right? Like, I'm just guessing here, but I would assume he's only making a couple bucks on each one. But when you sell that amount of volume, a couple bucks on each one really adds up. So he sells through eBay. Now, normally, if you sell on eBay, you're paying a 15% fee. But from my understanding, he has a much better rate, right? So the benefit of eBay, I mean, things sell for full market, right? Because you have millions and millions of eyes on it. And so, like, you can get away with it, as opposed to me. I probably get a couple hundred people a day. On a really good day, if I announce it and have like a big collection, we get like 10,000 in a day. But I mean, those are obviously far in between. So you want some Ninja Spinner? Well, it did ship today, which is nice. But it's been weird with FedEx, man. Like, it'll probably be in the States by tomorrow or the day after, but it won't show up to me because they'll get stuck in customs for like a freaking week every time. I don't know why. Even if I pay the tariff, doesn't matter. So yeah, probably, hopefully by next week, you can order some Ninja Spinner off me. Might be a couple bucks more expensive than you could get it off eBay. I apologize, but I mean, I can't compete with that. As Brian always says, though, it's okay. You don't have to compete with that. You know what I mean? Like, some people are just going to like your store and like you as a person. They don't mind spending $3 to $5 extra. You know what I mean? It's different, right? Because like some people just donate on streams, like give out 5 gifted subs, and that's super amazing. But then other people will just buy something off your store, and they know it's slightly pricey or more expensive, but at least in that way, they don't lose a bunch of money and they still get something in return. So keep us posted. Yeah, buddy. I definitely will. But yeah, I'm not going to go too heavy on it. Also, because it's like really early. Let me know if you hear kids laughing. Where's this tornado at, bro? It was crazy this morning, man. It was crazy. Did you talk about FedEx? I talked about that briefly. Yeah. So what are you guys' questions, thoughts, comments, concerns? 54 people is fantastic for randomly streaming on Monday. And normally I'd be at work. So I was excited, man. The kids found out they had school off yesterday. And then I found out I didn't have work. You ship fast? I try. I do my best, buddy. I do my best. If you're on the West Coast, it might not feel fast. But if you're on the East Coast, you'll probably get to you in just a couple days. So, Prismatic, what are you guys thinking on this, man? I think this is still cheap, man. Under $100, I still like this a lot. I still like Prismatic under $100. Not to say there won't be more and you won't have better opportunities. You probably will. You probably will have the chance to pick up some more of these. But If you are really looking to get a bunch of them, then trying to get a bunch of deals more than likely isn't going to work out on this one. I mean, the cat, excuse me, I was hiccuping. The cat's been out the bag for a really long time on Prismatic, right? So everybody knows how good this set is, man. Now the Pokemon Center. Have you guys looked at this? Holy crap, bro! So glad I didn't sell these. Look at this, dude. Last sold. It said this yesterday as well, which is interesting. Last sold 600, market price 526, and we're not going to count this seller. But the next one for sale is $600. So that's crazy, bro. I don't know. It kind of looks like TCG's having a what's the word? Not an aneurysm, like a stroke. I don't know. The website's broken. Something's going on here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So maybe it'd be good to look out on eBay for that one. I don't know, for like more direct, real time selling, because this person is obviously a scammer, right? 63.6% reviews. Come on. Yeah, you're scamming 1 in 3 people on his 11 sales. That's pretty bad, dude. That is pretty bad. This guy's a no-name seller, right? So you gotta be careful with that for sure. The Pokemon Center, bro. I'm so glad I didn't sell mine. And then the regular ETB is still sitting there, still kind of just sitting. We're consolidating, but it really doesn't take much, man. It doesn't take much. So this one doesn't count. This is a no-name seller. This is 0%. We're not going to count them. So really, you got 1. This is a no-name seller. 4, 6, 7, 8. You got less than 10 on the first page, and then maybe another. I don't know, 15, 12, 15, right? So just seeing when we break that 200 mark. Yeah. It's looking like less than 30 ETBs. Oh, this one's 9. Excuse me. It could be like up to 40 ETBs, which is nothing, dude. That's 4 cases. Like that. This could fly, bro. This could seriously fly. But you know, we'll see what happens. Maybe people taking profits right now. Packing orders. Watching this is in BG. I don't know what BG is, but that's what's up, bro. Thank you, Quaza Collect. Love that Rayquaza, man. That's dope. Off here too in the Northeast. If you guys hear kids, let me know. I'll close the window. It's so humid right now, bro. It just suddenly became like 70 something degrees. Everyone laughs at me, but I'm going to start stocking up on Shrouded Fables bundles. Oh, background. Right on, bro. Shrouded Fable bundles. Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing. You do what you think's best, right? Like, what does Rudy always say? If there's only one person to listen to, I don't think going with Rudy's advice is bad, right? Like, he knows what he's doing. He always says, buy the bad sets, buy everything, just buy everything. You never know what you're gonna like in the future and what other people are gonna like, and that's done really well for him, you know. So we'll see, man. I don't think you'll do wrong with really anything Pokemon, right? You might do better on some things. Not might. You will definitely do better on certain things, but hey, man, if you like it, I love it. Thoughts on buying a Prismatic ETB, but it has writing on the label? Guy offered it to me for 2K. Are you talking about a case? Is that even a good deal? Isn't that like full market? I mean, that's like full market, right? Writing on the case. Like, what are we talking here? Okay, that's actually under market. No, that's full market, bro. No, that's full market. Market's okay. This is confusing. So the next one for sale is like 2340 from a real seller. I mean, that's the same as I would buy it. I would buy it. Yeah, I would buy it because ETBs are going for 200 anyways. So if you can still get a sealed case, it's the same price anyways. Yeah, I'd buy that for sure. For sure. Same exact price, even if it has writing on it. Yeah. If it's real, if it's authentic, absolutely. It's the same price. There's no price. There's no case premium. Absolutely. Of course. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. Absolutely. I'm so glad I didn't sell my Prismatic ETB cases. Oh my God. I got some fair offers like a month ago for like 1700. I'm so glad I held on to them. Yeah. It will never end, DJ. Oh, what are we talking about? Talking about the market? I'm still trying to get DJ on Cardsmith currency, straight up gambling for crypto. So I've seen that. I know what you're talking about. A GameStop, like little crypto box. Yeah, it's like $130, bro. I'm not spending $130 to probably get like $10 of Bitcoin or Litecoin. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Um, I'd rather focus on my Pokemon business, man. You know, at least with Pokemon, I know it's going to go up. Buying that scratch ticket, like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to pass. I appreciate it though. If Shrouded Fable had the SIR promos in the set, it wouldn't be the black sheep. You know, as a vendor, as someone who has fairly recently looked at a lot of Shrouded Fables, I think it's got some decent art in it when you see it in person. There's a lot of cards that don't do it for me online, but when you see them in person, you're like, yo, that's fire. There's some good cards in there, man. I thought the same thing about the Gengar from Ascended Heroes. I'm not gonna lie. I did not think it was that cool. I saw it in person. To be fair, that was Japanese. I pulled it for somebody during a live stream for Mega Dream. That was awesome. And it looks so much better in Japanese than it does in English, just like every other card, right? Japanese is far superior quality wise. But that made me actually fall in love with the card. I was like, yeah, okay, this card's dope. Like it does look pretty dope. In English, it's not as dope, of course, but still a nice card. There's certain cards you got to see in person. You might see on the screen, you're like, it's not that cool. But yeah, vending, I look at some IRs or SIR or whatever, and I'm like, yo, that's fire. Where's this from? And I look and I'm like, wow, Shrouded Fable or Twilight Masquerade or like some set that, people shit on, like Journey Together. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, not saying it's top dollar cards or anything, but there's some really nice cards that you see in person that'll change your mind. Fable, I don't think it's that bad. It's not bad in person for sure, but I don't know about a 1K cool. What, you talking about Gengar? Bro, that's Gengar, dude. Like, that's Gengar, bro. Like, I mean, it's Gengar. Come on. And any Gengar, SIR, come on. It's always going to do well. Like, there's so many Gengar fans. Gengar is definitely one of the top Pokemon. Not for me. He's not my cup of tea. He's cool. He's cool, but he's not like a top Pokemon for me personally. But there's so many Gengar fans out there, bro. Like, if not from an investment point, like it's so good. It's nice. Hunt 1K. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, 1K is not that much, bro. Like for a Gengar, like if you get a near mint, like a nice ass Gengar, it's really not that much money. But we're talking Gengar, bro. Like this isn't like some B tier thing, Like I don't know. Like I don't know, like what Gengar is really affordable. I mean, there's one from Fusion Strike, but that's like an alt, I think. I have that in a 10. Like a top chase, it's a no-brainer long term, right? No brainer. I don't personally like having a lot of cards. I prefer sealed, right? I mean, obviously I do collect some Pokemon, but like if we're talking money, you should definitely go sealed 100%. Like really no arguing that. I think in most cases. But like just to own it, like do you even need like a Gym Mint 10? Like you really don't. You could have a binder copy, I'm sure you could get those for a lot cheaper. Some off-centered stuff or yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm all about the investing, bro. I mean, not the investing, the sealed for investing when it comes to making money. But if we just want to open up some cards, just have some fun, yeah. Personally, like the Dragonite better. Ooh, I have not seen the Dragonite in person. I do like the Dragonite better. But to be fair, I've only seen images of it. So when I see it in person, I'll know. But I agree. I think the Dragonite is far better from what I've seen. The Gengar is pretty dope. Gengar's pretty dope. There's some awesome cards in Ascended Heroes, bro. They're so good. Yeah, we got 75 viewers. That's awesome. Have you guys checked us out on Instagram? And let me know how you guys found us today. Yeah, damn, that's great, man. Yesterday we had like 130. What did we peak at yesterday, chat? 135 viewers? I couldn't believe it, bro. It's nice in person. I believe it. I think you didn't like it before you saw it in person, right? I think we were talking about that in Discord, RP. I'm pretty sure you weren't a fan of that Dragonite. I pulled the Dragonite SAR in first Japanese Mega Dream, debating what to do with it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. What do you want to do with it? Yeah, it's a dope card, bro. Dope card. Have fun with it. Rudy from Alpha Investments recommended me to you. That is funny. There's a 0% chance that Rudy would ever recommend me. That's funny. That's actually funny. Good joke, though. Yeah. See what RP says here. I agree with a lot of cards, man. Like there's so many cards on the internet that you look at and you're like, oh, that doesn't even look that cool. Like I thought the Blastoise, let's see, was like it was cool looking online. You know, I thought it was cool. But when you see this in person, at least in my opinion, wow, man, this does no justice for it. The blue really pops in person. It's just gorgeous, man. Like the water in person is fantastic, gorgeous. But online, yeah, and look how dull that looks. It's very dull. But yeah, when you start to see a lot of these cards in person, change your perspective on a lot of things. And I will say this too: if you've seen them raw versus in a slab, so I've seen a bunch of Umbreons, right? Of course, who hasn't at shows and stuff and slabs, and it looks beautiful, like the Umbreon. Then I pulled a Umbreon, and oh my lord, does it hit different? Not just because I pulled it, but like the way it reflects when it's not in a slab, 100 times better, bro. The texture really pops out much more. It really does it justice when it's raw and you can see it. Like, oh god, fantastic cards out there, man. You just have to see in person. Squirtle's better in your opinion? Hmm. I mean, I don't know. Like, Squirrel's pretty dope. I just like the blue they did. Squirrel's pretty dope. Trying to think if that is better with the beach. I don't know. Tomato, tomato. They're all dope, man. I even like the war turtle. I'm selling my Surge and Sparks booster boxes and going heavy on Ascended Heroes PC ETBs. Oh wow. Good luck, buddy. What are you selling your Surge and Sparks booster box for? Thoughts on price of AH bundles on release? I want to get 100 of them. Oh, that's a great question, bro. That's a really good question. Yeah, bro. I mean, probably like 75 bucks, 75 bucks, 80 bucks, 70, somewhere in 70, 80 range, I think. I don't know. It could be more though, dude. Like, isn't the pack value right now in Ascended Heroes 12 bucks? Who knows by the time April comes around? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, just in pack value, let me see real quick. 72 bucks just in pack value, bro. $72 with no premium of the booster bundle. Yeah, I could see 80 bucks, no problem, bro. No problem. No problem, bro. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Assuming something crazy doesn't change, right? Giovanni SIR from 151 is so nice. Absolutely. Yeah, I got one of those in a trade. I was ecstatic. Then I gave it to my kid because he's master setting. There's only a couple more things he needs. I'm selling 6 booster boxes of Surging Sparks for 240 each. Nice, bro. I think that's market. So yeah, hell yeah. If somebody's gonna pay you market, bro. Fuck it. Yeah, good for you, dude. Yeah. Hey, somebody's gonna pay full market. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry. It went up to 266 again. Yeah, it just went up to like 263, 266. Okay. Yeah. That's got to be like 97% or something, right? Let me see. 262 times 0.95, 248. What'd you say you're selling it for? Oh, slightly less. Yeah, good for you, bro. Was that like 92%? Yeah. Hey. And that, I mean, you got to do that in this market, right? You got to pay up if you want something. Um, you got to pay up, man. Or, you know, you don't have to pay up. I guess you could just not participate. That's fine too. Take the Danny Phantom approach, I suppose, right? Don't participate. Don't do anything. I get it. Hey, I ain't here to judge. You do what's good for y'all. The hype and demand is going to keep the prices high, while we might see them drop a little when the new facility is out, but I still don't think it will fix cards being back on Walmart shelves 24/7. Uh, yeah, I mean, again, I'm not qualified to really have an opinion on this, as I always try to say. It's just guessing at this point. Like, you know, when does it launch officially? Is it 2027 or is it 2028? Is it late 2027? And by then, a lot of things have rotated out. The second phase of Scarlet and Violet has rotated out by then. So it's like, okay, you know, I don't know. It's hard to say for sure, right? But are they really going to go back 2 years or a year and a half and print that shit? I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll find out, right? We will see. They have to drop a decent amount since the bundles are going to print for 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. I don't, we'll see. We'll see, dude. We'll see. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. I've been hearing that for the last year and a half. These things are going to go down. It could. It definitely could. Yeah, it definitely could. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, I'll take the win, bro. I got them all for 160 each a year ago or so. It's a win. Absolutely. W, bro. W. Good for you, man. Pay up for the long haul and you will reap the bennies. Yeah, dude, this market is so fucking easy, man. Like the people who are doing well right now just paid up or they've been holding for a long time, but we can't really control that. But what people did years ago. But dude, you don't have to be a genius. You just have to buy shit. That's it. Just take action. I forgot who said it. Was it Rudy? Who recently said taking inaction is worse? I mean, I've always said that, but maybe it's now nostalgianomics. I don't remember. Somebody recently said that. That's something I frequently say as well. Inaction is arguably worse than taking action. Like just sit on the sideline and just do nothing. But, oh, I think it was it Dan from Catch 'em All Collectibles might have said that in his live stream. Might have said that. I don't remember, but one of them did, and I definitely agree, man. Like if you haven't been buying shit over last year, like what the fuck are you doing? You're just waiting for this fantasy MSRP thing to come, and like, dude, you could have been making bank. What are you doing? What? Why are you just sitting there on your hands, just waiting for this fantasy, bro? Waiting around for like this huge drop, and like you could make fucking bank off this shit, dude. Bank. You don't have to have, you don't have to be smart. You don't have to be educated. You literally just buy a booster box or buy an ETB, do nothing, and make a bunch of money. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. Updating some stuff in the ghastly IR with temporal is running again. You love to see another SV set have an IR leading the way. Oh, wow. That's when you know temporal sucks. Buy everything and hide it from your wife so she doesn't know you spend the money. So I actually don't have to do this, which is nice. So when I first started investing in stocks, many moons ago, the first couple years I had to like, I don't want to say ask my wife's permission, but like involve my wife for sure, because it was a big deal spending $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. It was a lot for me back then. So I would involve her and always had to get her involved. And then she'd be like, oh, don't do that. I remember when Facebook first IPO'd. I don't remember what year that is. It's called Meta now. But when Facebook first IPO'd, I was watching, what was that TV show? Mad Money. Mad Money. And he was like, you guys got to get this Facebook thing. It's going to be a big deal, blah, blah, blah. It's the new MySpace, but they're actually going to monetize it. So I bought it. I bought Facebook when it first came out, bro. And I told my wife, I was like, I want to spend $10,000. And that was like my biggest purchase of my life. I was a young kid. I forget how old I was. Young kid to me is like 24 and under, right? I was young. I was a young kid. And my wife was like, don't do it. This is, that's $10,000. What if you lose it all? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I'm feeling really good about this. Like this Facebook thing sounds really good. So anyways, kind of ignored her advice. And I spent $10,000 on Facebook when I IPO'd. And oh my God, I'm so glad I did. Holy shit. So that turned into 20,000 fast, bro. Like Facebook doubled quick, bro. I remember. I don't remember how fast it was, but it was quick. So, I told my wife, I was like, baby, we're up $10,000. Now you got to think at that age, I'm only making like 3,000 or 4,000 a month. So I'm like, dude, I just made 2.5 times what I can make at my job with no effort. Am I still holding? No. But I was like, I just made 2.5 months worth of pay by doing this. Buy. And then that was it. I just hit one button, bro, like this. Buy. Like how many shares you want, obviously. And then she started to believe a little bit, right? Kind of earned her trust a little bit. And then I started moving into AMD, right? AMD was like $4 at the time. And then I started moving into NVIDIA, not at that time yet. But I invested really early in NVIDIA, but like other things. And then after I made my first like 50, 60,000 profit, my wife was like, okay, you know what? You kind of know what you're talking about here. You kind of, and to be honest, I didn't. I was a young idiot, but I was making bank, bro. I was making good money, really good money. Borderline what I make at my job by doing nothing, bro. Just hitting buy one time, waiting 6 months to a year, and was just raking in the money, bro. Just raking it in. No effort. You don't have to, it's 100% passive. It was great, man. It was freaking awesome. So anyways, after I made my first 100,000 off of Tesla, uh, that's when she stopped questioning me. Then she was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to question your money decisions any further. Okay. You just made more, than anybody our age. And okay. So then ever since that day, my wife leaves me alone. When it comes to money, like she knows I'm really good with money. I'm really good at making money. And so, yeah, I earned her trust over the years, we'll say. Yeah. But I didn't make my first 100K till I was like 26, bro. Like 26, 27. I don't remember. It was something like that. You know what I mean? But ever since then, she's been really awesome and very supportive. So if I want to go buy, if I want to start a Pokemon business like we do with this, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm starting a Pokemon business. Is that going to work? I'm going to make it work. Right? I was like, yes, it is going to work. I'm just that kind of guy. I'm just determined, bro. You could throw me in Vietnam with no money and some sandals and a t-shirt, and I'll figure it out. I'll survive. I'll make some money. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm just like that. So it's my personality, I suppose. But yeah, it's been good, man. So she's like, oh, you're making a Pokemon business? Okay. As long as you say it's going to be good. I was like, it's going to be great. It's going to be better than good. We're going to make millions off this one day. It'll probably take like 5 years, but we're going to do it. She's like, all right. Okay. I don't care. Do your thing. So it's awesome. It's awesome once you like earn your wife's trust. You don't have to like request permission anymore. He's speaking the trust. Oh, I think you meant truth. I bought Japanese 151 boxes for 75 each. Now they're over 250. And Fusion Strike, I was buying 350, 400. My friends thought I was crazy. Yeah. I think most modern Grail cards will see a huge crash because of high population of them. New collectors will soon realize the vintage low pop is truly the king. You sound like what's that old dude? He always talks about coins and like random shit. He collects like weird shit. God, I can't think of his name. He'll come back to me. Squeaky voice. I can't think of his name. You still holding? No, not holding that. What up? Another live? Yo, what's up, Pokebonks? I got today off work because of the tornado. It's actually got moved to like 5, 6 p.m. So we'll see. If I suddenly lose internet or power, you'll know why. I did get all the orders sent out today, even during a crazy storm in the morning. That was wild. I agree investing in vintage slabs are the way. Bro would not be here if he was still holding. Had 3 Ethereum and sold it. Hey, I want to comment on this. To be honest with you, I get bored, man. Like trading stocks. No, I don't trade stocks. I invest. But it gets boring, bro. Like I bought Tesla when it was going bankrupt. You know what I mean? Like 2017, 2016, I forget what year that is. And nobody believed in it. Everybody thought it was a scam and they're going out of business, blah blah blah. Everybody told me it was crazy. I bought it. And so and then I bought Nvidia around that time as well, bro. Anyways, made a fuckload of money, bro. Like fuckloads of money. But for me, it's different. Like, to be honest with you, I don't really need to have this YouTube channel. I don't really need to have this business. I want to because I get bored, man. I need something to do, keep my mind going. I'm old, 36, right? But like just having a bunch of money doesn't do it for me, man. I don't know. It's boring. Like it's fun, but it gets boring. Like I like doing something, you know what I mean? For me, it's really interesting to like chase a number. I know a lot of people can't relate to this, but maybe some people can. Maybe, oh, hold on. We got a pay tip here. Hold on. We got to jump the line. Quick question. I ordered 5 booster bundles of Destined Rivals, but 2 came in German bundles. Return them or keep them? Definitely return them. What the fuck? They scammed you, bro. Sorry, Tito. Thanks for the $5, bro. They scammed you. What? Of course. Get your money back. What the hell? LOL, to be honest, I didn't. When did you start your business during the Sword and Shield? No, I just started my business in October. Yeah, I started in October. There was definitely months prior to that. I don't remember how many months, like 4 to 6, maybe. Like, getting inventory, buying Prismatic, tons and tons of Prismatic, and other things as well, for sure. But yeah, I officially started in October. Now on day number 2, I think it was, Shopify banned me. I think it was October 7th when I started. Don't quote me. And then Shopify banned my store for 2 weeks because they tried to charge the card on file for $1. Because the first month on Shopify is like $1. And then my bank thought it was fraud. So that automatically, like their bots or whatever it is, just flagged me and turned my store off. And Then I talked to my bank and like, hey, this isn't a scam. And it took weeks and weeks to get my store back. So, kind of really started November to be honest, but on paper, I started October. Yeah. What did you do for your full time job prior to the Pokemon business? I still have my full time job. I'm not quitting my full time job. I don't really want to talk about it. I don't talk about it until I'm done with my job. I'll tell you guys. I do something for the government. Sell them for neon dollars. Careful how rich you get. Might end up playing golf. Dude, I've tried playing golf. That shit. I am not. I'm pretty good at sports, man. I'm pretty good. I'm not saying I'm like excellent at any sport, but I would say every sport, I'm a minimum of a 6. So like good. I think 5 is average. And then some sports, I'm like a 7. Maybe not now because I'm old, but like football, 7, definitely like pretty good, pretty good. Golf, I was like a 1. I was terrible at golf, bro. I tried it twice. It is so difficult, bro. Golf is like, I ain't got time for that shit, bro. Golf is tough, man. Golf is like not a natural athleticism. Like I first started playing volleyball and I just became good at it because I'm naturally athletic. Tennis, a little different, but definitely skill based as well. So kind of like aligns with golf as far as like, there's definitely athleticism to it, but it's not directly like you're good at football and basketball. So now you go play this kind of thing. But golf was like completely different, bro. It didn't matter how athletic you were, at least me and my friends, super, these guys are all athletes. And we all suck balls at it. Like it was very skill based, I'd say for sure. It was very different than like a traditional sport. Return the German bundles, bro. Those have no demand, and you got screwed. Definitely complain. Golf is such a waste of land. Nah, golf is pretty fun. Golf is fun. It's definitely an affluent sport. It's fun. It can be fun. I don't like doing 18 holes. That was terrible, bro. That was awful. That was my first time. Was doing 18. We went straight to 18. I was like, bro, can we do like 9? But we paid for the 18. Bad decision. Start off small, bro. We just got done telling us you're bored all the time. Golf is perfect for that. No, not bored now. No. Oh, so I didn't finish my story because somebody donated. So what I meant to say or trying to articulate was this. And everybody's different, right? But for me, if I don't have a YouTube channel, if I don't have a business, if I don't have something, like I just feel empty on inside, bro. Like if I'm not achieving things, milestones, I'm not the kind of guy that can like freeload and like sit at home and um, I don't know. It's just not my thing, bro. Like I could sit at home if I'm busy, right? If I'm working towards a YouTube channel, if I'm working towards a business, that's different. But I can't just sit around and watch Netflix. I don't do that kind of stuff. Not saying I haven't ever watched a show. Like obviously I have every now and then, like maybe once a month I'll pick up something, or every other month I'll pick up a little show, right? But I'm just not that kind of guy, man. Like I like achieving things. And for me, like Pokemon business is great because crypto mining's dead. And so like before this YouTube channel, I had a crypto mining channel and I really enjoyed that crypto mining channel. We were doing great. Honestly, we were doing fantastic, but the industry died. Unfortunately, it's completely dead now. Like it's dead, bro. It's dead. So I only left that YouTube channel and that world because it died. It's not because I wanted to. And so then I'm like, okay, well, what's the point of making all these videos and putting all this work into it when it's literally a dead industry? I mean, not dying, like it's a dead industry, bro. It's just dead as fuck. So TLDR, kid got into Pokemon. I used to be into Pokemon. It was a good bonding experience, blah, 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 blah. And then I saw, what, we can make some money out of this. And we could pay for our cards and our opening. And here we are. Right? Yeah. Golf is getting coffee when you're filthy rich, just networking. The hardest sport to be consistently good at. I mean, golf is hard as fuck, bro. Like, bro, you get me out there in baseball all day. Football, basketball. I'm not the best at basketball, but I'll be fine, right? I'll be fine. Volleyball, don't matter. Soccer, don't matter. But you give me in golf, like, that shit's tough. What stocks and crypto do you currently own? If you can share. I own a lot of crypto, unfortunately. My main majority, probably at this point, 75% ish, is Bitcoin. And I unfortunately do own some altcoins. I say unfortunately because they all crashed and burned and died. And I'd be surprised if there's another altcoin season. We'll see. I love golf. Okay, I don't want to talk about golf, guys. Can we talk about a Pokemon? Any business or Pokemon questions? A lot of sports questions right now. Maybe try MMA. You have that, I'll beat you up aura. I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a couple of years, but I mean, it's not like on a nostalgianomics level or anything. I'm not saying I'm like awesome at it, but I could hold my own against like an average person for sure. I could definitely hold my own. Now, if it's a trained fighter, no, I'll get my ass beat. But if it's just like an average Joe off the street, yeah, I can handle it. No problem. Um, what Pokemon questions we got? What Pokemon stuff? 151. We looked at this yesterday's stream, so I don't want to go too deep into it. Let's see. Man, everybody who bought those booster bundles off me, they are sitting pretty right now, huh? God, good for you guys, man. 180 bucks. 180 bucks, man. I sold these for such a great deal. Anywhere from 90 to 110 at the last like 5. What a steal. You guys made bank off me, man. You be proud of yourselves. 22 in chat if you bought any of my booster bundles. Good for you guys, man. I sold 147 to y'all. Good for y'all, man. Y'all made bank off me, bro. Bank. Almost a 2x. Crazy, bro. Just picked up a sealed booster box case of Phantasmal Flames, 1850, thinking it was a good purchase for the long haul. Okay. Let me see what that is. Divided by 6. 1850 divided by 6. So 308.33. Okay. All right. Hey, if you like it, I love it. If I want to do what you do, how do I start? What do you mean? What specifically are you talking about? My job? My business? My YouTube channel? You have any more of the bundle displays? Or did you sell them all? I sold them all. Yeah. Somebody made me an offer I couldn't refuse. They paid full market. Yeah. Yeah, I get a lot of offers, bro. People DM me stuff and they're like looking for a deal. That's not the way to approach it, bro. I'm sorry. It's just not. But the guy approached it the right way. He said, look, I want your 151 bundles. I'll give you, I forgot what the market was, 1,900, 1,800 at the time, whatever it was. It was just like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I said, I'll pay full market. I want both of them now. I was like, done. That's how you do it. That's how you make a deal. The people looking for deals, I get literally probably 50 messages a week on Instagram. I've actually considered closing my DMs just because like the amount of like low balls and stuff and people looking for deals. It's really irritating. It's really irritating, man. I don't like it. PokeNE did suggest to me to just close my DMs. He doesn't open DMs because of that reason, right? So you have to understand, I don't have distro. So I'm not getting any of these items for a good price, right? People, I think in their mind, they might assume I'm getting this stuff for 60%, 70%. No, bro, I'm paying up. I'm paying up big now. I'm paying 80% minimum plus shipping. We're talking 83, 85% with shipping, depending on the size of the collection, right? So the people DMing me, they're asking me, will you sell this to me for 80%? Like, bro, why would I do that? You want me to lose money? Like, it doesn't make sense. Or you want me to break even? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not, the people DMing me are not giving me offers that are like, okay, yeah, I got to sell this to you, you know? I think they're just looking in the wrong spots. That's honestly what it comes down to. I was gonna say, if you're looking for a deal, look somewhere else. But there's no deals, bro. There's just no deals right now. And not saying there won't be deals in the future. They're not out there, unfortunately. You know what I mean? They're just not. Who knows? Maybe at your Facebook Marketplace, like somebody said earlier. The business. How do you start? If I were you, I would check out PokeNE. Oh shit! I'm supposed to have a consulting call today. Oh my god. Hold on. Fuck. Let me see what time that was. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh shit. I feel like a jerk. I think we said, did we say 5 p.m.? Hold on. Hold on, chat. I'm not trying to do people dirty. Oh my lord. What was his name? Ask questions about Pokemon. Shit. I don't remember his name. Hey, if you're watching and we were supposed to do a consulting call, can you DM me on Instagram right now? Please. I don't remember if it was 5 or 6 p.m. Oh man, I feel bad. The thing is, I don't advertise having consulting calls. People message me and they want to ask like 40 questions. And I'm like, dude, I'm not answering all these questions. I'm sorry. But at that point, you need to set something up with me. What's his name? Had a great suggestion on how to approach Instagram and DM. Yeah, that's Brian Pokini. Yo, my boy Frank Hobbies. Yeah, people tend to assume that people like us are desperate for a sale. I don't know why they would think that. Bro, look at my store, bro. It's empty. Like, I can't keep things in stock, bro. Like, I can't. The only thing I have available right now is UPCs. They'll be begging for these soon. Don't worry. I know they're only 180 right now, or they are 180. I shouldn't say only. Like $5 under market, but with shipping, it's market or over, right? But dude, I'm empty, bro. Like, I can't keep stuff in stock. The only thing I can keep in stock right now is I got Brilliant Stars, Journey Together, enhanced and non-enhanced. I got some Lost Origin packs. I still got these. People will want these years from now. These will be probably worth 100, 150, but right now, I think they're still kind of easy to get. Yeah, dude, that's it, bro. Dude, I can't keep shit in stock, bro. Literally, look. Like, why would I cut a deal? It just wouldn't make sense, right? Like, I literally can't supply my store right now. So why would I give somebody a discount? Like, it doesn't make sense. Because as soon as I put it on the store, it's instantly gone, bro. You know what I mean? So that's just the market we're in, guys. Like, unfortunately, if it was up to me, man, I would order 1,000 Ascended Heroes ETBs right now, and I would sell them to you guys for an awesome deal. But unfortunately, it's just not the market we're in. You know, me picking up Ascended Heroes right now, I'm trying to get them for 85, but it's hard to find for 85, bro. Like, those are far in between right now. Most people want like 90 plus shipping, right? So it really puts me at like 95. That's just the market. It is what it is, right? Unfortunately. I liquidated all my Surging and AH for Charizard UPCs and Skyridge Crystal Hollows PSA 7 or Raw. I got great entities or entries. Nice. Do you think Umbreon is the poster boy of the modern era? Any set that has Umbi has been a grail set. Yeah, for sure. For sure. If not, it's definitely top two. I guess you could argue. Nah, I guess you couldn't even argue Gengar. Because Gengar's Fusion Strike is $1,000. Yeah, Umbreon, bro. And I know that makes a lot of people mad because a lot of people are like over the evolution thing. But I'll tell you what, the overall population is not. Overall population loves it. Hills Wholesale has ST booster bundles. ST. Silver Tempest for 75. Yeah, they charge you shipping too, so be careful with that. They're pretty expensive on shipping. I had 100 in my cart. Didn't pull a trigger 2 days ago. Now they're gone. Any deals required quick action. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. For sure, bro. You can't in this market, like you gotta just take action. Yeah. What I would do if before you shop around, kind of have an idea like what you want to pay. And if you see it in that range, fuck it. And what's really interesting, and you may disagree with me on this, I'd love to hear from you guys, but if you're trying to get quantity, you're probably gonna have to pay more money. So yeah, I feel like I say this often, but it's very important to keep saying. If you go to your local Facebook marketplace, I mean, yeah, you can go get you a couple booster boxes for under market. I think so. You know, you might even get up to 10 if you like spread it out and find 4 different sellers and like waste gas, but more importantly, waste your time. And honestly, you probably paid more anyways because factoring in your time, did you really make any money? Probably not, right? If you find quantity, filled cases, you know, in mass or something, in my opinion, it's worth it to just pay up for most things. Because you're not going to get that again in this market. Okay. I'm not saying months from now or a year from now, it's not going to change, but I'm saying in this particular market that we're currently in, you have to pay up, bro. You have to pay fast, really fast. You know, when I pulled the trigger on these displays, when I pulled the trigger on the 151 displays, when I pulled the trigger on, so this is the Paldean Fates displays. I haven't sold these yet. I'm not trying to sell them just yet. I'm going to wait till they rally up a little bit so I can make a couple $100. The prismatic displays as well. Every single one of those I paid full market for. Full market. And I don't regret it at all. That was the only way to get them, was pay full market, wait a month or two or a couple weeks. You only had to wait a couple weeks for 151, which was crazy. But for the other two, I did have to wait a couple months. That was the only way to get them, bro. You know, or yeah, scared money don't make money. It's actually true. Unfortunately, that's just how it is, man. So the people that are sitting there and they're like, man, that's really expensive. I'm going to go find that 151 booster bundle somewhere cheaper for $10 more, $10 less, or, I'm going to get it for $50. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to look around. I'm going to shop around. Okay. Yeah. Shop around. See you when it's $200 more expensive. Yeah. And then at that point, I think most people will pull the trigger and they'll end up just shooting themselves in the foot even more, just the market we're in, man. Not saying I agree with it, but it is what it is. I found some luck on the market, but not much. Paying what you know it's worth right now isn't bad if you just want the product. 100%, Frank. And it depends too. Like, I totally agree with that. Like, it really depends what you want to do as well, right? Like, if you're just a collector, I mean, you don't really have to do these things, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. You don't really need it. Or do they just sell instantly and I never see them? When was the last time you had prismatic ETBs available on the store? 3 days ago? Before that? Probably a week or two ago? Dude. Prismatic on my store? That's probably one of the most signed up things for the newsletter that people sign up for, bro. Like, so I'll just show you. I don't even know if I have them anymore. Let me see. Like on the website. I think I hide it. Or I didn't hit it. Yeah, I didn't hide it. Excuse me. So what people do is they come here where it says, sorry, it's out of stock. They sign up with their email and it pings them. I would estimate, I don't know if there's a way for me to find out. I would estimate for prismatic ETBs on my website, it's got to be 200 to 300 people minimum that have signed up for it. So the second I put 8 on there or 4 on there, or hell, even 2, this is what happens every time. Not even just prismatic, but like a lot of these things that, the high dollar, highly desirable items, high demand items. I put them online downstairs when I'm at the fridge grabbing a water. I'm halfway up the stairs and my phone goes, Garr. It's like, oh, somebody bought all of them. Oh, okay. Bro, I don't even make it up the stairs anymore. Like, I'm serious, bro. I'm not even kidding you. Serious. It's really that crazy, man. Like, the market is so crazy right now, bro. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, what I need for my store is what every other store needs, right? Like, bro, I need cases of this shit, man. I need cases of this shit, man. Like, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? It's rough right now. It's rough. Even in war, Pokemon goes up. Yeah, Prismatic is probably the most hoarded set of all time. I completely disagree with that. I doubt that, bro. I'm gonna take the Rudy effect on this. Listen to those who actually know what they're talking about. I am not one of the people who knows what we're talking about at all. You should not listen to me. You should probably not listen to 99% of people in chat. Just gonna be honest with you. And you should probably not listen to 99% of us YouTubers. Okay. You need to listen to the Rudys of the world. What does Rudy tell you? He has broken this down, just in case you haven't watched all the videos. Before this, just potentially, could have been an issue that would have actually affected the market overall, right? Before, Rudy could buy 5,000 of ETBs or 5,000 booster boxes, or if he wanted, in certain situation, maybe 10,000 of something, okay? And he says, this wasn't even that long ago. I think it was a month or two ago. He made a video on this. 22, what's up, Dad? How you doing? He mentions that even if he could get as much as he wanted, it isn't even close to 1% of the supply. And he's there to tell you there aren't a bunch of Rudys out there. And what has happened now that has changed from the other bull runs is that instead of it going to like one person like him or 10 other Rudys or whoever, right? People smaller than Rudy, 10 others that could potentially buy a warehouse or something, like those days are done. So now Rudy gets 1,000 or 2,000 ETBs, which for him is nothing. These get spread out so thin across all these people. Think about it. Your LGS more than likely is getting not what they want, right? My LGS, one of my LGSs gets about 10 cases, which they sell out in the first 10 minutes, right? At launch, everybody, there's a line. There's probably 100 or 200 people out there. That's why I don't go, man. I ain't got time for that bullshit. I'd rather just pay market. I'm about to stand out there and waste my time, bro. Time is money. But anyways, it is spread so thin now and in every direction that it's not hoarded like you think. It can't be hoarded like you think. To be hoarded and it actually matter would need some kind of central point or many central points. You understand? That could one day just throw it on TCG Player and crash the market. But that can't happen because your LGSs only get so many. The guys with the big accounts only get so many, not what they want, right? Nobody's getting what they want. Your Targets, your Walmarts, blah, blah, blah. Even that supply means nothing. Even when Walmart launches 200,000 of these products, right? You'll see it for, I think a set of heroes was 200,000 supply, ETB. That was gone, right? Because what happens is, and I don't care, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying this is what happens, right? Big botters or whatever, they get most of the supply. They control that supply and they're going to keep the price high. They're not going to want to sell that shit low. You understand? Who knows? Maybe they're running thousands of bots. I don't know, right? But maybe they're running thousands of bots and they get ×5 because that's how many you can order. And so now they control a large supply of that stock and they're going to put on whatnot. They're going to put on eBay or they're going to sell it to whoever, right? And they're going to keep the price high. So I respectfully disagree that there's going to be like all this prismatic and it's hoarded. Respectfully, completely disagree. And ask anybody. Up until recently, I don't know if Ascended Heroes has changed that. Probably has. Prismatic has been the #1 pack opened. Nostalgianomics says it all the time. Everybody and their mother will tell you Prismatic has been the #1 opened, most opened by far pack. So yeah, don't believe the hype. These people will tell you like, oh, there's so much out there. Da da da. No, bro. I genuinely don't think so. I really don't. Do you guys think there's a whole bunch of prismatics sitting out there? I don't think so, bro. Not enough to like really matter. We're watching you from the beginning, even though it hasn't been that long. I'm enjoying your progress and growth. Keep it up, man. Well, thank you, Game Monster. Shout out to you, buddy. Thank you. 22 in chat for you. 151 was hoarded the most. Prismatic and Surging ripped the most. Surging together, still on shelves. I have not seen any Surging or Journey on shelves. I could go to Walmart. I could go to Dollar General. I could go to Target right now or any day, and it's not going to matter. It's not going to be any Pokemon of any sort. I'm interested to know where you live, KP, that Pokemon is still sitting on shelves. Rudy's a shill. Motherfucker convinced me to buy high on Spider-Man because he had emails to himself about serialized cards and that anything under $1,000 is probably a good deal. Oh, I don't think so. I know what you're talking about. I watched all those videos during that time. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he was saying don't buy under 1,000. I mean, yeah, like between 600 or 700. I'm pretty positive Rudy made a video that was specific to that. If you're buying Spider-Man at 600, 700, you better be holding it for like 10 years plus. I'm pretty positive Rudy made a video about that and warned people like, you probably shouldn't buy this. I feel like he said that. Pretty sure. Trust those with that much skin in the game at your own risk. Well, it comes down to track record, right? Now, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, Rudy says things to get sales. Like a lot of people say things to get sales. I've said things to get certain products sold. Sure. Who hasn't? Whether you do it intentionally or not, you bring it up, right? Like when Mega Dream came out, what do? Hey guys, I just got this on the store, right? Like that's the sales pitch. To be fair, it did just come into the store, and that's what my YouTube channel is about, is running my business. So it makes sense. So I just wouldn't imagine that Rudy's like, it makes sense for him to talk about the things that he just got in the store or wants to sell, right? Like, but his patrons will buy it, you know. I was Patreon for like, was it 9 months, 7 months? I don't know. It wasn't very long. Yeah, I didn't care for it. It wasn't really for me. It wasn't for me. It was just too expensive. I could get it cheaper, like literally anywhere. People are hoarding for sure, but not as much as we think. Spider-Man is still sub 350. I actually have a case of Spider-Man. Yeah. And then I have some open ones. I know those are going to do well long term. It'll be great. Now, that Spider-Man market was crazy. And then he insinuated that there would be serialized cards. I remember all those videos like very vividly. People saying that everyone is hoarding everything don't realize that the vast majority of people with collections have a bunch of junk. People hoarding magazines with fun packs. DJ's Poke Center has the best prices. I don't know if I have the best prices. I have competitive prices. That might be more expensive or less than expensive from certain people. At some point, you just got to pick who you want to buy from, right? At some point, you just say, you know what? I like DJ Poke Center. He's a cool dude. I don't mind spending an extra $2 with him. Or fuck DJ. He charges $5 too much. I'm going to go buy from Poke Any or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. I think we're competitive. But there's obviously I'm doing the best I can. That's all I'm saying. I don't make very big margins. Did someone say that tariffs from Japan got lowered? So someone did ask about that, and my supplier did tell me that. Is that true? I don't know. I did order Ninja Spinner last week, and it shipped today because today was like the official launch, I believe. I believe today was the official launch. I waited till Monday, so it's slightly cheaper. It saves me like $2 a box, so that way I can give you guys a $2 discount. And so we'll find out when it comes in. So that'll be the first time since hearing that allegedly. Australia. Easy business here, not gonna lie. Oh, really? You buying 151? It depends what it is. I would buy the bundles for the right price. I did recently buy some 151 bundles for $150. That was shipped. I'm being really careful with 151 right now. It's gone so parabolic. Personally, at this point, I've made a bunch of money off 151. I've sold a bunch of 151 for fantastic deals to people. If I can't find a deal that I feel comfortable with, I'd rather just let it pass me by, to be honest, as a store owner. It's just so risky for me. Like I mean, I can show you, right? Like it's just so risky, bro. Look at this. In the last month, it's up 48%. Last 3 months, it's up 89%, right? Like I was literally in December selling these for $90 and now it's 180. So it's like, what is the risk to reward for me? Look at this, bro. Last year it's up 172%, but like, this graph is scary, bro. This graph is scary. So yeah, I don't know. I think for me as a store owner, I'm not talking about investing here. I just feel like there's better opportunities for risk reward. I think prismatic bundles are a much better risk reward for me because you got to think, man, I'm not trying to hold this product. I'm trying to buy it, put it on the store and make hopefully 15% if I can. It doesn't always work out that way, unfortunately, but we try to make around 15%. And then that's it, man. I just want to move on from the product. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, buying 151 right now, not really. It's not something. The deal would have to be really good. It had to be like something I couldn't say no to that helps with the risk reward. And is that deal going to come my way? Probably not. Probably not. I think there's a lot of people who are willing to pay more than I would for 151 at this moment. Yeah. Now I would pay heavier. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I would be paying stronger right now. I'm not saying you guys should. I'm saying me in my situation. I'm paying stronger for Surging Sparks because I need Surging Sparks, ETBs, and booster boxes. Twilight Masquerade, not the booster box. That thing's over 300. You can keep it. But the ETBs, I'd probably pay 85% for those right now. I'd pay 85% for Surging Sparks ETBs right now. Journey Together, I don't know if I probably wouldn't pay 85% for that. I'd probably pay 80% for those ETBs. But yeah, I would be willing to pay more percentage-wise right now for Twilight Masquerade and Surging Sparks ETBs than I would feel comfortable paying 85% 151. I would only feel comfortable paying 80% right now for 151 products, and nobody's going to sell it to me for 80%, which I understand. I'm not mad at them at all. So I would just rather, you know what, have fun with that. Yeah, I would pay 85% for Surging Sparks ETBs, not booster boxes. Yeah, I would right now. If they're in good condition, yep. Yeah, I would because I need them. I need them for the store. White Flare, I'd pay 85%. It has to be shipped though. It has to be shipped. 85% shipped. Yeah, I would also for White Flare. Black Bolt, if somebody wanted to sell that. Yeah, I would. But that has to be shipped. Just full disclosure there. So yeah, I'm personally paying more right now, percentage-wise, for the shittier sets than I am some of the better sets. Because the risk reward, like what is the risk really with Surging Sparks? Me buying those right now. I think market's 85. Might have gone up, might have gone down. Well, let's call it 85 right now. Okay, like let's see. 85 times 0.85. That's $73. 72. I'm sorry, it rounds down to 72. It's $72 in ETB. Like it's still so close to MSRP for me that I don't feel scared at 72. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good with that. I'm good with paying $72 for certain sparks. I could probably sell this for $80, make my $8, and you know what I'm saying? Move on. So ETBs are pushing 90. Okay. I haven't looked recently, right? I mean, it's not something that I'm like desire so bad, but I would definitely pay stronger on those. So market price is 89.91. We could call it 90, but it's not 90 just yet. But I'm sure this fluctuates day to day, right? So let's check it out. We'll call it 90 for the sake of whatever you want to call this. 90 times 0.85. Okay, so 76.50, right? So yeah, at that point, sure. Yeah, I would pay. I'd pay that. Yeah, chipped. Yeah, sure. I'd pay that. That's super fair. I think 85%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then hey, fuck it. Now I got to sell them for 85. You know what I mean? Still a little bit under market. Give people a little bit of a deal, not much, but it's something. And then I make my little bit of money, and we keep it pushing. So yeah. Thoughts on celebration? You think it will pull a 151? Ooh. So I think, man, why does everything have to be 151? 151 is like so generational and like unique. So I sold the rest of my celebrations, except for this one. I didn't sell this one. Pretty nice, man. Pretty nice box. Little itty bitty ding there. Super small dent on that corner, but super small. But beautiful ETB right here. And then I'm keeping my other celebrations for my son because his birthday is in about 2 weeks. So I'm going to give this to my son. He loves sealed. Yeah, I mean, I think as we get closer to the 30th, that would be your best chance of it going crazy. I think it has the potential to do some great stuff. Yeah. Did you guys see this yesterday? Yesterday I picked this up. Did you guys see this last night's stream? And then I got my son the Charmander, and I got my daughter the Sylveon. So the Charmander is kind of similar to this, but like with a hoodie, a green hoodie, and it's like so dope, bro. Like the evolution of the Charizard and the Charmander, so cool, bro. So dope. I paid MSRP. Worst that can happen is the house burns down. There you go. Surging Sparks PC ETB sealed case. No, so I don't like Pokemon Center when it's not a specialty set because they already have a superior product, which is the booster box. So for me in those kind of sets, I don't really care for the Pokemon Center. Now, if it came up, somebody offered me a Pokemon Center for 80%, yeah, sure, I'll buy it. I won't make much money off it. I'll put it on the store. We'll make it probably 12%, and we'll keep it moving. But I'm not super bullish on Pokemon Centers if they already have a booster box. And so obviously there's a Surging Sparks booster box. So yeah, not super bullish on the Pokemon Center for that. Only for specialty sets. What payout percentage do you get when you sell on your website? Well, it really depends on the item, right? So it depends what I listed at. You set the value, I could buy an ETB right now and I could charge $1,000 or I could charge $100, right? So obviously depending on what you charge is what you make. And every item is different. You know what I'm saying? I would say overall, I probably make on a bad item 10%. Because sometimes, dude, listen, I've made a lot of mistakes. I paid a collector app, which guys, be careful if you're buying collections. Holy shit. Collector app is such a great tool. It is a tool, but I strongly recommend using TCG because collector app dude, it'll tell you something's worth $100 more than it is. If it's like $1,000 item, this has happened to me personally. I bought like $1,000 item and I was like, cool, yeah, I'm going to pay 80%. Well, guess what? It was a $900 item. And so now I paid 80%. So I got it for 800. and then can I find a buyer for 850? I think I did at like 840, made $40. $40 is nothing when you're spending almost $1,000. $40 is a lot when you're spending 200, but when you're spending almost $1,000, the risk to reward, like it doesn't make sense. I could have put that $1,000 towards something else. That's happened a lot, a whole lot. And when buying collections as well, you have to understand, I bought many collections just in this year alone. And the amount of people that will tell you this shit is minty, everybody tells you their ETBs are minty, their boxes are flawless. And then when you get them, there's these itty bitty holes or these little tears, or there's damage on the back of the 151 tin case. And so now I can't even charge a premium. So if I'm paying 80, 85%, which I do, right? 80, 85% right now. And then now I have to give someone a 10% discount, pay the Shopify fee, which isn't much, it's 3%, pay the taxes, I might make 5%, right? So these things happen. And that's part of it. And then I've had UPS lose some packages, right? And didn't get the insurance for it. Or they denied me, which is crazy. I had them drive a forklift through one of my packages. They emailed me. I didn't hit them up. They emailed me, oh, we damaged your package. And they still haven't reimbursed me. It's been 2 months. I'm still waiting. My case is still open. Obviously, you fucking damaged it because you emailed me that you damaged my shit. But you see what I'm saying? So this is why I wish people understood a little bit, maybe more empathetic to like business owners online, at least, because there's so much more, bro. That doesn't include chargebacks. If somebody charges you back $100, $300, $500, the most that somebody's done to me so far is about $320. That fucking sucks, bro. Because think about it. Mega Dream, I've told you guys, I probably make $7. $7. Sometimes at shows, I'll make like 10, right? 10 or $12. I don't know. Depends on the show. But to make up for $300 worth of chargebacks, bro, that's a lot of selling Mega Dream. Like a fuckload, bro, just to recoup that. Let's see. 300 divided by 7. I would have to sell 42 Mega Dream just to get the money back that somebody fucked me on. You see what I'm saying? So the margins are so razor thin that you have to factor that in, So when somebody says like, how much do you make? It's hard to factor in, for sure. Like you'd have to be like Dan level of accounting. And I'm not. I'm never going to be like that. It's just not my style. I'm not really like that. I see the money come in, see the money come out. I log it, give it to the accountant. They can take care of that. So it's hard to know exactly. Fees about 3% on average, depending on which credit card the buyer uses. Sometimes it's 3.5. Collector says Fusion Strike, Bougie Box is 925. When TCG says it's 1,000. Yes, great. You can find certain items that are going to be less or more. I'm not arguing that you can or cannot. But what I'm telling you is, as someone who's bought many collections, I used to go off a collector with them. And then I got fucked many times. And like I said, when you're buying what? A $2,000 collection, okay? How much do you think you make off that? Take a guess. Just take a guess. Let's say you're paying 80%, which is hard to get right now. So you would pay $1,600. For a $2,000 collection, paying 80%, you pay $1,600. So best case scenario, we're talking about no chargebacks, no lost packages, and probably the hardest one is selling for full market value. If you can combine all three of those, best case scenario, you make $400. You see what I'm saying? So be careful with collector, because if you fuck up and you say this is a $2,000 collection and you paid $1,600, and collector, which it does very, very often, overestimated how much this collection is actually worth. And then you find out, wait a minute, this collection was only worth $1,800. You're going to end up doing 30, 40 packages, put in 100 hours of work or 50 hours of work or whatever it is for you, right? Going to the post office back and forth, packing on your lunch break, packing, staying up late to simply make $200. Now that is probably not worth it, right? So this is why I say, guys, very important. You can take their list, but always verify on TCG. Take their collector app, right? Awesome. Thank you so much for giving me that list. Verify at least at the minimum the top stuff, bro. I get it. If you're buying 40 things, maybe you don't have the time. Take the top 15, take the top 20, map it out on Excel. That's what I do. I copy and paste, right? I copy. This is what the collector app says. This is what it actually is. And I'm telling you, it adds up so fast, bro. The seller never wants to hear the buyer's point of view, which I think is really unfortunate. But what they'll say is, oh, that's only $25, right? So let's say again, 47 items. This happens all the time. That's why I'm using 47 as an item, as an example. Okay, well, item number 3 was off by $25. Item number 16 was off by $50. Item number 21 and 27 were off by 10. And so to the seller, they're like, dude, it's fucking $100. Who cares? And you're like, $100 is a lot when I'm only making 300. You see what I'm saying? That's 1/3 of my profit because I fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Very, very important, guys. You guys got to be thorough. You got to be really thorough. At the same time, in this market, if you don't pay up, they might just leave. So it's a really hard balancing act. It's very difficult right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys, to be able to buy. Yeah, it is really tough, right? And so that's what's ahead of you. Only comp I use is save eBay search last for region. Oh, you're in Australia. Okay. Yeah. The only time I go off of eBay is for graded cards, but I don't really like buying graded cards. I just like buying sealed. In 5 years, do you think the 151 or Prismatic will be worth more per pack? Prismatic, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer because we're guessing. I think Prismatic, bro. Oh no, we have to be at work at 5:30 tomorrow. Shit. Damn, 5:30. Well, I can't complain. I had today off. It's okay. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good starting point. Having a collector, it's great. Great to start, but verify. Trust me. But now we got double Hilo coming out. Talking about for your house. You doing a Hilo loan? Makes me concerned that it's made by the top selling POV guys on YouTube. It could get manipulated by them to get better sales. I stick to collector. You talking about eBay? Yeah. I mean, people who use collector definitely want to use collector, right? Because it benefits them. Of course. What I'm saying is, from a buyer's perspective, you need to protect yourself because people using collector, they want to get maximum value, which I understand. Who doesn't, right? So they're lazy, right? Like most people that I interact with are lazy when they sell their collection. I'm at the point now, if you don't have a list for me, either a list, I prefer a list personally, but I get it. It's a lot of work. But at a minimum, if you don't have either collector with everything in it or a list, I just don't even deal with the person. Double hollow. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, no, I don't deal with the person anymore. I did that at first because you get some lazy people, bro. Really lazy people trying to sell their collections. They'll say, hey man, I'm going to send you a picture. I'm like, cool. Bro, it's tons of shit. And you're like, okay. So what I first did, right? This is when I was new. I mean, I'm still new, right? But new to this channel, right? I'm like, yeah. So I type up all their stuff. I do all the work for them, which I later learned was a stupid move. I did all the work for them, bro. I listed out all their items for them from the picture, TCG. This is what 80% is. This is what 75% is. This was 70% is. Da, 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 da. And then they said, no, I'm looking for 85. No, thanks. Wow. You wasted 3 hours of my time. Okay. So did it again. This happened to me some other time. Similar situation. Wasted about probably 2.5 hours of my time. Just tell me, no, thank you. I'm looking for 85%. Thanks, man. Pretty dick move, right? So now, just my advice to y'all, this is how I treat it. One of the first sentences that we are going to talk about is the percentage. I don't want to see your list. I don't care. What are you looking for? Because if we're not connecting on the price or the percentage, this conversation isn't worth having. And so that is what I would suggest you do. You don't need all the in between and the talk, because you'll have people that want to talk to you for like 4 days and drag it on and and then they just waste more of your time. And time is invaluable, right? invaluable. You'll never get more time. So do not waste time, right? Like, hey, they say, hey, I want to sell this collection. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you so much for hitting me up. What percentage are you looking for? That should be one of the first things you say. Okay. You're looking for 90%. Well, thank you so much for reaching out, man. That's awesome. I unfortunately would not be a buyer, but I do wish you the best of luck. Done. Right? Be done with it. That's how you should handle it. Like as quick as possible. Get to the meat and potatoes. And then after that, you guys want to have more conversations. Great. The next conversation that needs to have, okay, this is still not you should not be buying this collection just based off of that. Now, the next conversation you need to have is, do you have a list? And if you don't have a list, at a minimum, you at least have collector app. If they don't have either of those things, I say, well, thank you so much for your time. When you get your list together, let me know. Or when you get your collector together, let me know. And yeah, feel free to hit me up at that point. But right now, I will not be buying. Thank you so much. Because the same thing that I told you guys would happen, right? You know, even if the percentage is agreed upon, they don't want to list it all out. And then when they hear the number that you offer them, which you both agreed upon, then they say, well, I don't like that number. I'm going to get more somewhere else. And they just wasted 3 hours of your time to price it out. So, you know, yeah, definitely, guys. That's some advice right there that like invaluable. People need to hear that. Okay. 100%. You need to hear that. That's good advice looking out for you as a buyer. Okay. Okay. It looks like Pokemon and them are live. I'm going to go, guys. Check out Pokemon. Say DJ sent me. Okay. Say DJ's Poke Center sent me. DJ's Poke Center sent me. Bye. Guys, go check them out. They're live. I'll see y'all over there. Peace. Tell them DJ sent you. Bye. Appreciate y'all. DJ's Poke Center sent me.